So hey guys, welcome. This is always my favorite part of the webinar. It's like the preamble. It's where I get to talk to myself, but really I'm talking to you guys, but I don't see anybody else's video except for me. So I get to sit at my desk and kill dead airspace and watch the attendees list grow by the second. It's neat. It's like being at like having a dinner party, but like if everybody showed up at like exactly the same time within like a 30-second window. So we're 3 minutes past the hour here, and give it another 60-80 seconds, and then we'll dive into it. So for those of you who this is their first Zoom webinar, I envy you. But also you can submit questions and answers in the question and answer box, and then there's a chat box. I've got it running live on my screen, so I'm going to run through the material today. I'm going to try to get it done fairly quickly, but shouldn't take more than 15 minutes once we get started. Feel free to drop questions and comments in at any time. I'm good with words of encouragement, comments, friendly suggestions, if technical issues, sarcastic jokes, knock jokes, whatever you want. Just throw it in there and we can interact on the webinar. So I think we're it's a small, intimate group today. We're at 10 attendees, so this one can actually be kind of fun if we want to throw in some words there of encouragement. It's quite intimidating sometimes, just talking to myself. How's the volume? Everyone's good? You guys can hear me? Give me a thumbs up or a comment in the chat box there. Ah, we got a thumbs up. That's awesome. Fantastic. So I think 5 past the hour is probably the right time to let any stragglers join. Sean says we can hear you. Thank you. Roche says perfect. That's amazing. Because you never really know, right? Because it's I don't hear myself. I just talk and hope that everything's working along. All right, so I'm gonna that's 11:05. That's time to get started. So today, super stoked what we're presenting. Shouldn't take more than about 10-15 minutes to get through it, but really I think the word game changing has been overused a lot. So this is not a game changer. We are still playing the same game, but it's an expansion of what we do as a core product here at Liteline into what we're going to call the commercial decorative space. So we have had I'm going to figure out how to advance my slides here. Our shade program for a couple of years. And the idea behind the shade program was that, philosophically, you start with a panel and, panels are cool, but kind of boring. Stick a 2x4 panel into a drop ceiling grid and it's like, hey, we achieved, this 1970s look of smooth white acrylic on a fluorescent fixture, go team, right? Like, cool. We've managed to take a brand new technology with such incredible potential and make it look like a 1978 fluorescent fixture. And nice, right? Cool. That's fun. But we can do so much more with it. So, in one area, I'm sure you guys are aware, we've got our edge fixtures, which is a different take on, full commercial lighting. And in our shade family, we went in a different direction and said, hey, how can we take what's really a fantastic light source, which is the flat panel, and do something more interesting with it? So our standard shade program is available in 1x1, 2x2, 2x4s, but we've just brought out our Shade Mini program. And Shade Mini is super neat. So probably like our best-selling fixture and the best-selling lighting product in the market today, for better or worse, is the SlimLED, the flat panel. And that's, it's all well and good. It makes a cool daylight. But what we've done is we've designed a line voltage flat panel LED, which is awesome. It's got some really cool technical features built into it. For one, the CCT switch. Let's see if we can zoom in here, if that's live. That should be all right. So the CCT switch is on the outside of the fixture. And then the second thing is you'll notice there's no driver on the back, right? So it's not an AC board or a line voltage LED or any of those products that have technical challenges. They tend to flicker and dim great. It's the same driver that's in our Luna family, but we laid out the PCB in a circular form and stuck it in the outside perimeter of the fixture. So it's a proper class 2 isolated driver inside here, dims well, performs like our Lunas, but then you have the flat panel LED. So great. Mounts to a standard octagon box, but what we've done is built a series of shades that twist and lock onto that fixture and turn what's really like a boring flat panel with poor photometric control into a proper surface mount luminaire. Now, like all of our products, it's wet location by default. Because it installs onto a standard octagon box, it's suitable for use in fire rated ceilings. And you have like a whole bunch of different options. There's a whole bunch of different options in terms of finishes. So we've got a black and a white exterior ring, and then all of our normal colors. So a semi-specular, a flat white, a flat black, full specular, and even a brush gold look. And then it's available in round and square. So we can do a square kind of fixture like that. What's my point with this? Right, so for the light source, we got two versions. You got our 120 volt triac dimming, and we also have a 120 through 277 0 to 10 volt program. So the neat part about the 120 volt is the driver is actually built into the ring, so it takes up zero space in the octagon box. Super easy to install, and installs onto a standard 4-inch, or if there's any Americans on the call, a residential 3.5-inch box on the back without taking up any space. The 0 to 10 version does take space, so that needs to be used in the deep octagon box if you're going to be branch wiring. Otherwise, you're just going to run out of space in that octagon box. But the other thing that's super neat about the program is we get comments from designers all the time that we want to design coherent spaces that have a coherent look throughout. So that's your decorative, your track lighting if you're using it, your down lighting. So we've actually built the Shade Mini program, which we're talking about today. Where did it go? The Shade Mini program, from an aesthetic standpoint. Let me pop that back on. Matches our new Sky program. So for those of you that are familiar with Liteline's program, that's our Sky Downlight, the CCT selectable version with a black and full specular, and that's the shade, black and full specular. So now you have a downlight and a surface mount luminaire with the same finishes, the same aesthetic, same ratios, same light output, not same light output, you know, the correct light output. And so you can design coherent spaces. So if we're doing multi-tenant stuff, we're doing, if we're doing multi-tenant stuff, if we're doing design areas, if we're doing downlights throughout and we want to do a bedroom fixture, it allows a coherent product family to be worked together. Sean's first question, does the LED surface fixture mount to a pancake box? The answer is unfortunately no. They do require a recessed octagon box. That's just kind of nature of the beast. It does not work on a pancake box. We get that asked fairly regularly, and that's something that we can look into developing. What else do we have? Sorry, I'm just looking away from the camera to check my notes on the side here. So there's two versions of the fixture, the 120 and the 120-277, 1000 lumens, 13 watts for the 120, and then 1100 lumens for the 120-277, and then all your standard certifications: Energy Star, wet location, Title 24, airtight, CCT selectable, and then again, fire rated when used with a fire rated octagon box. So that is the skinny on our new shade program. Before I move into Sigma additions, any questions, comments, suggestions other than the pancake box? Anyway, drop them into the line there if you think of anything that you'd like to know about it. So other quick product update is a new Sigma trim. This one is by popular demand. So Sigma family, Liteline's best-selling product line of specification downlights. There's 20, 25 different trim options, and we just added a new one. The main feature of what this program does is it is a square on square trim. So that's a square exterior with a square interior baffle. I don't know, Phil, how's that coming through on the camera?
You're not close enough.
Not close enough? Perfect. So I will move a little bit closer so we can get a better view of that. So that's a square and square. It's available with all of our standard lumen packages, white or black exterior, and then the interior is available in white, black, or a semi-specular Alzac style look. And then these fixtures are wet location. So you can do a square on square. Here, I don't know if the squares are showing on the interior. There you go. Square on square interior, suitable for up to 1600 lumens in a wet location application. Roche asks, same driver, 12347, 0 to 10 option. Yes, absolutely. It's the same Sigma engine, same Sigma drivers, just another trim option to add to the family. So we are 10 minutes in. Kind of powering through it, you know, out of respect for everyone's time, and we appreciate you guys taking a few minutes to log in. The slot, I should probably go through all the slides here. There you go, same options. There, multiple optics, multiple trim colors, multiple CCTs, usual suspects there. They are in stock. So the slides are available. There's a recording of this webinar that's available. I'll hang out for another minute or two and see if any more questions pop in. And other than that, thanks so much for your time. Just trying to keep it short and sweet. Ooh, questions, I love them. Makes me know that people are listening. Sample case, samples are available. Please ask your regional manager. Or if you are a customer, please talk to your Liteline sales rep, and they have samples available of everything. All the products on the table are currently in stock and shipping now. Thank you, Benoit. I appreciate the time. Shade Mini 120 volt has a. Oh, Phil, is that your comment there?
Yeah.
The Shade Mini has a retrofit for a 6-inch can. I didn't catch if that was mentioned. Oh, that is a good point. There is an adapter on the Shade program, so if you have an existing 6-inch downlight, you can use that as a retrofit module under UL 1598C. Excellent. All right. Well, if there's no more questions or you think of something later, you can drop me an email. You can email your sales rep. You can chat on our website. Lots of ways of interacting. And I really do appreciate the time from everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your day.